The Open Mic Podcast is for an adult audience. The Open Mic Podcast may contain material that may be unsuitable for sensitive ears. Listener discretion is advised. It's the Open Mic Podcast.
Hello, we are live, everybody. You are listening to the open mic version of this podcast, which is the Falcon Punch Podcast. Why Falcon Punch? You have to find out for yourself. My name is Evan Monroe. With me is
Karmen, Geffkin,
Cruz, Matthew Nation,
and we all hate you, every single one of you out there listening. No, I'm just kidding. So,
that's awful.
We're off to a great start. So we've all done stand-up around here, yeah?
Yeah, we're all local
comedians
comics.
Doing our thing on stage. You might have seen us around town or elsewhere. Elsewhere, wherever we may have wandered and got on stage and told jokes and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I told jokes in the back of an Arby's one time.
Dude.
You know. What's the weirdest place you've ever done stand-up? I'm assuming it's...
Besides the back of an Arby's? The weirdest place was, hole-in-walls are always great ones, especially the ones where they have, shootings and stabbings outside on a regular basis. I'm not going to name names. That place is no longer here. But I have a war story about 5 years ago. I did a venue down in Visalia at a place. I don't know if I should name the place. It's a prominent place. They're closed right now. But I had a lot of beers in the green room. Everybody had beers in this green room. This green room was fully stocked. And there was a table full of rednecks that were there before the comedy show started. And they were pretty lubed. And they started heckling the comedians and wouldn't shut the fuck up. So finally as they were getting ejected, it was my time to go on stage, and I had a little liquid courage, and I was just like, basically said something to the effect of, hey, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. And then I start going into my set, and all of a sudden the angry redneck dude turns around and starts walking towards me, and the bouncer's like trying to hold him back, and he's like, hey man, you think you're funny? I got a joke for you. I'm gonna rip you a new asshole, white boy. He was white, but
so voice
at least he just offered to rip your asshole instead of like licking it,
yeah.
So that's good.
Well, he got ejected, and I was just ribbing on him, like, he had a mustache. I was like Tom Selleck wants his mustache back. You're the abusive dad I never had, that kind of stuff. And as he went out the door, he threw his water bottle and went sailing over my head. I wish it was a glass bottle, but I just went, goal!
Wow.
And it turned out he was the town fire marshal.
Yeah, he was the fire marshal. I was there at that show.
And I can't say the name, but the promoter was way more drunk than we were, and he got up on stage. He was angry after I went down. I thought I did a great set. It was hilarious. Everybody was on my side, and the owner went up, or the promoter was like, that guy is a blah, blah, blah. He said these very un-PC terms. I mean, his buzz was harsh. And then he ran outside to find the bar where those people went to kick his ass. And then he comes back and he's like, well, I'm not doing this anymore. Because his wife was bartending at one of the bars and called the owner of the place we were at. And I was like, I know this is harsh right now, but you're still going to pay me the $70, right, for doing this show? He's like, yes. So that's my story.
I remember seeing Evan at a certain show on Friant in Fort Washington a couple years ago where you dropped the mic after your set, which really bothered the owner. I thought it was hilarious, but then he went out and found you in the parking lot and was yelling at you. So Evan, the bad boy of the comedy scene here in Fresno. Crazy.
Well, I should just give a little more info at this place up in the north side. Mostly it's singer-songwriters that were there and just, musicians. Not very conducive to comedy. So by the time I went up, I was like the second to last comic. Literally everybody just migrated outside to take a smoke or just, read poetry or blow each other. I don't know. But so I just,
above.
How it messes with your head. I just did some jokes, cricket. And I always wanted to drop the mic. And I just did it very, I didn't slam it to the ground. I just okay, thanks everybody, bye, Peace out.
Dave Chappelle did.
Yeah.
Boom.
And then I walked out the parking lot, and then he comes up to me, this big dude, and it's like he never raised his voice to me. He was very it's kind of that thing where, like, you know, your father figure is just like, I'm not angry at you, I'm just disappointed.
This guy wore Affliction t-shirts, though, which made it even funnier. That you're getting yelled at by, like, a middle-aged man wearing an Affliction t-shirt.
I don't remember the Affliction
and
t-shirt.
Taking it. Yeah.
He just said, you know, that mic costs a lot of money, you know, and there's a lot of sweatshops that created that mic. No, he didn't say that, but I was just like, okay, my bad. And then the tail between my legs.
It's hard to get scolded after a comedy show.
He didn't quite look like that guy, but that's the guy who threw his bottle at me in Visalia, though.
That's him?
That I'm 76% sure that's him. I'm pretty sure.
What about you, Matt Nation? What's the craziest thing you've ever encountered on stage?
On stage?
Yeah, I remember seeing you on stage going in a room full of African-American people and saying, this is my impression of an incredibly racist black man or something like that.
Oh, wow.
That's not how I worded it.
Please refresh our memories. What happened?
And what I said was, I went on stage, I was wearing my most dapper sweater. And yes, it was full of a lot of Afro-Americans, possibly Jamaicans. They're not the same. Okay? And I go up there and I go, I'm going to do my set as a completely, entirely, very, very black man. And fucking nothing.
Oh, God.
No laughter. No, in fact, I'm pretty much sure that rap music just started playing as I was still on stage. You know?
Oh, God.
You got to do the David Cross thing. You know, on Mr. Show, David Cross would put his fingers up to his throat like this, and they would make you talk like this, like, I'm proud to be in this magnanimous occasion right now. It's just, all you got to do is just go like that, just pinch your throat, and it gives it that sound.
That's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'm going to be getting hate mail now for doing that.
Why? Don't all lives matter? I'm just saying.
Oh.
I'm just
Mad Nation with the zingers coming from left field, everybody.
By the way, I just want to mention...
We're against it.
Since we're on this roll, I just want to mention that this podcast is brought to you by Riley's Brewing. I am drinking Sancha. It's blonde ale brewed with real honey, and it's very smooth. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking dark wheat ale, the Vixen, and it is fantastic. This beer is just blowing my mind right now.
I'm going to have that next.
Yeah. How's the India Pale Ale? How's that?
It's great. I love it. I'm a big IPA fan, and I must say, Riley's doing something right over there in wherever they're from, Madeira.
They're very local.
Very local. I love it. Keep it up, you guys. It's awesome.
I love IPAs, but they do not love my waistline. Because I'm a naturally skinny guy, but if I drink too much beer, I look like an Ethiopian kid. So I got to, suck it in.
Did you know that if you are an avid IPA drinker as a guy, it can actually increase your estrogen levels and give you man boobs?
Oh,
yeah. They call that in England, they call that the beer droop.
You're like, I know.
Yeah. Ain't slowing me down.
That's why pregnant women drink.
Are you kidding me?
You're going to look so hot this summer. Like, bikini season, bring it on.
IPA and estrogen. I'll fucking watch any type of shitty-ass romantic movie any day. Cry to my boyfriend. Where's the chocolates, baby?
It makes sense. If you drink too much IPAs, you're like, man, I don't know why, but suddenly I want to watch Grey's Anatomy. I can't figure this out. Oh. So what about you, Karmen? You got a crazy story?
Yeah, I guess. Well, the first time I ever did stand-up, I was at the Holiday Inn Express in Visalia. Also in Visalia. I don't know what it is out there.
We're talking about stand-up, not your side job.
Oh, my side job is not that, but I was on Craigslist, which also after I got done looking for certain ads on Craigslist, I went over to the other side, and there was an ad for like a comedy open mic show, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go check it out. Like, I've always wanted to do it, and I went out there, and it was actually went really well, which led me to do another show in Dinuba. They did some like shows out there at a bar, and a couple of like the comics, they were riffing on some like really like redneck like country dudes who were there, like farmer guys, just real like down home dudes.
It's the same dudes.
Yeah, they were like riffing on them all night, and then they left, and then a couple minutes later people came in and were like, oh shit dude, you're tires just got slashed. Like the comics, they had their tires slashed.
Oh my goodness.
And that was a whole... I had to help like this guy change his tire because like they didn't have tire changing tools, but I had them in my car, and I'm just like, okay, I guess like if you guys need a tire iron, go for it. But it was just weird, so that's comedy.
That's mad respect. I mean, you went through such a third-party channel to look for a place to perform comedy.
Yeah, on Craigslist. Yeah, that's like a good Craigslist story. Like, woo, I didn't get murdered. Hooray.
Raped or anything.
Yeah.
Such. I'm going to have to play devil's advocate, though, because that's also pretty badass for dudes just to slash someone's tires because they didn't like their comedy. I'm just saying.
That's how they do it out in Dinuba. Like, you got to bring your A game when you're out there because people will slash your tires.
Right.
I've seen some comics bomb, but I've never seen a heckler actually go through with slashing tires of a comic. And
I agree. Where were we at in Karmen? And I was telling a joke about how some fat chick broke my toilet, and it was like the front row was just all 60-year-old women just got done with the early bird special at the Golden Corral, and they're looking at me like they want to fucking kill me.
Oh my God.
Bombing. That was like Hiroshima is what I brought to Karmen that day.
I've heard about those old ladies. Sometimes you got to your car in the parking lot, and there'll be just a big old dookie they just left on your on the hood of your car.
Yeah, but they didn't mean to because they're senile. They forget where they are sometimes.
Like, I thought this was a toilet. Oh, it's just a Toyota Camry. My bad.
It's not a solid Duke. It's not a...
Camry and toilets.
Anyway, you're listening to Dookie Talk here on Longbox.FM.
Looking for the highbrow comedy.
Oh yeah. So
just to wrap that intense story from everybody, an intense story that happened to me was a drunk lady actually ran on stage while I was performing, and I did a tombstone.
Yes.
A tombstone. Were you there for that?
I wasn't there, but I watched it on YouTube, so I was there in spirit.
So that's my story that happened.
Well, I mean, there's more. Really vague, but I was there, and it just wasn't that simple. Okay, she runs up on stage, and she's just trying to get on the microphone, and you're like, "What are you saying to me right now? This is my Cruz. What are you saying to me right now? I don't even get it,
bro."
And you didn't even ask for permission, which I'm pretty sure that you could have been sued for what you just did, depending on neck injuries. But you just laid it on her.
Well, she had been heckling every comic. It was an open mic that had about 8 to 10 comics, and she had been heckling every single one. Like, it wasn't even like funny. Like, she was like someone who would say, like, "Oh yeah, I wanted a date."
Her boyfriend was actually starting to make it out with someone on the other side of the room.
Did that happen?
Yeah, because he was so embarrassed of her.
Yeah,
like, I'm not with this show.
I remember that. Yeah. But she was saying stuff like, "Oh yeah, right, you went on a date." Yeah, like she was just heckling that stuff. Like, I don't believe it. And like the comics were just failing every. And then I think Danny Minch was the comic that really shut her up. He really let her have it, and she was quiet after that point. And then for me, for whatever reason, she felt like she wanted to spark up conversation again, and she ran on stage. And then it was at that point, it was just
you broke her neck.
Here it is. Tie palms.
The good old days.
At this point, I'm trying to just get her off stage, and she's looking at me like, "What, bitch?"
Looks like my mom.
Is that your mom, Evan? Can she vouch for where she was that night?
Oh wow, she's dropping Spice Girls lyrics.
That flannel though.
Chris, what if when you did tombstone her, you like actually broke her neck? Like we would not be sitting here right now.
Not sure. He probably did justice for the whole entire
statute of limitations.
I had male cousins. We wrestled a lot. She was in no danger. Her head safely hit my thighs, but it. I'm signaling to the husband, like, "Is this okay? Is this cool? Can I do this?"
He's like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah,
go ahead. You can ball my wife afterwards."
That was their first date.
Yeah,
that was not the husband.
She's so confused. But she doesn't know if you're trying to...
You're about to do the pile driver.
Like, you're just groping this woman, and she's like, "I don't care." "Oh, this is what you want? All right, reverse 69. Let's go." And she's like, "Oh,
my
wait."
God.
Oh, my God, Chris.
Oh, my God. Oh, I've not seen that before. That was...
I wish you would have.
It's not just a bit, Chris.
That's great.
No, it's
not just a bit.
It's sad because I saw somebody on Instagram post an exact like copy of that joke, like on one of those like fat Jew like type pages.
Oh yeah, the fat Jewish.
Yeah, and it just broke my heart a little bit, but you know, you got to keep writing as a comedian. Yeah. You got to keep writing.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody jacks your shit, it's just like, okay, whatever. I'll just come up with more shit. That's real.
You guys know how many people I've murdered? Like, you guys let this go way too easily. No way. Are you kidding? Like, I'm just going to write more shit. No fucking way. You can get yourself an assault rifle. It's California. Take care of business.
They will put a hit on you. I've heard about that if you rip off material.
Damn right.
I don't know how Mencia's still alive. He should be dead.
He's actually El Chapo, which is crazy.
They El Chapo'd his nuts off. Yeah. It's like that South Park bit where Kanye beats him with a baseball bat.
Get the gay fish.
It's like, I got a little dick. A little dick, man.
It's not funny, man.
It's not funny, motherfucker. Little dicks are not funny. Anyway, you're listening to Dick Talk here on Longbox.FM. And it's brought to you by Riley's Brewing one more time. All right, everybody. Everybody take a drink of Riley's right now.
Riley's.
Just one? I can.
We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to be back to talk about movies and shit here on the Falcon Punch Podcast on Longbox.FM.
You are listening to the Open Mic Podcast on Longbox.FM.
Back, everybody. You are listening to the Falcon Punch Podcast on Longbox.FM. Chris Dowdy is our dutiful producer right now, biting his lip. We're joined in the studio. We have someone else with us. You want to introduce yourself?
My name is Spruce.
Hi, Bruce.
Spruce. SP.
Bruce, this is actually an intervention. It's the whole reason we brought you here.
Awesome.
No, So we were talking about Peeve's Public House. There is something that me and Karmen I started it, and Carmen's been my guest for last month and this month. On the third Sunday of each month at Peeve's Public House downtown in the Fulton Mall, soon to be Fulton Street, we're doing what's called the Savage Cinema Club. And that's, taking a little cue from Mystery Science Theater and Riff Tracks and things like that, where we show a bad movie or a good bad movie, or a bad good movie, and we project it on the wall, and we're mic'd up, we do drinking games, and we just do a color commentary on the whole movie, just a roast. What did we watch last time, Karmen?
Last time we watched Roadhouse, which is a classic, so bad it's good movie with Patrick Swayze. We had a really cool drinking game going on. We did a lot of cool color commentary. It's just one of those movies where you watch it, and you're just like, I can't believe this was actually made.
Pain don't hurt.
One of those kind of movies. And it was such a fun experience. You guys totally have to come out for our next one. We are showing Showgirls
this
month.
March 20th.
March 20th.
March 20th. Bring the kids, because it's fun for the whole family.
It's family fun.
Oh, there it is. There's Elizabeth Berkley, Jesse from Saved by the Bell. Right there.
Showgirls.
That is so not sanitary there. We're going to have to comment on that. She licks the stripper pole.
She has herpes.
She's got a jawbone like most male MMA fighters. I'm just going to put it out there.
She can stab you with that nose as well. Too. Yeah.
Still fuck her, but...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's funny. When I watched I watched that movie with my sister one time, and she was like... Of course, and with a group of people. But my sister was like, she does this thing where she always points out everybody's little physical flaws, which is like, okay. So she's all, Elizabeth Berkley, ooh, she's got a flat butt. I was like, okay. But she makes up for it in other areas. Like, not everybody can have a badonkadonk, or we'll watch some movie and she'll be like, oh, look at that dude's little waist. He has a little ass waist.
I'm sorry, but it's almost offensive to not have a badonkadonk nowadays. Okay,
I know. That's why they get those implants. Those are rough, man.
The Brazilian butt lift.
Oh, Jesus.
$10 out of Johnny Quick, you can get new butt.
Well, I just want to, for those who are not familiar with Roadhouse, I think we should show a clip from Roadhouse just to kind of give people an idea of the insanity of this film.
This is Patrick Swayze. This is the one where he says nobody puts baby in a corner. Is that this one?
No, not quite.
Dancing.
That's Dirty Dancing.
Little later.
What's this one? What's the
A
main
little
thing?
earlier. Evan, you're the movie expert.
Here we go.
Here we go.
I didn't even realize I was silent that whole entire time, just trying to lock eyes with the Sways still. Like, I don't know what it was.
He's like the
but-
Mona Lisa. Wherever he is staring in the screen, he's staring into your soul.
But I have one question.
Yes.
If I'm sitting a little bit tighter in my jeans right now because of that,
Totally normal. Totally normal.
is it wrong?
I won't
No.
judge you, bro.
It's okay.
I will not judge you.
That's a dead man. He's a dead man. That's almost borderline.
You got Swayze.
I got Swayze necrophilia style.
No, that happens a lot in the movie where somebody would say to Swayze's character Dalton, they say like, "You're a dead man," and me and Karmen were like, "Oh, too soon." Oh, it was. What's great is there's just too much insanity in this movie. At the end of the movie, there's like a showdown in the villain's lair, and he goes into his trophy room, and he literally has every known animal. There's like some extinct species that are stuffed. Like apparently this guy went to the Chaffee Zoo and just killed all the Chaffee Jew.
Extinct species. The Chaffee Jew.
I haven't seen one of those in years.
He didn't quite get
That was brought to you by Riley's Beer. That's why I all of a sudden slipped into anti-Semitism. No, I love Jews. I really do.
You are Jew. You're half Jew. Well,
You're thinking of Brian Gurian.
I am. It's my fault.
Yes, that is what I've been compared to many times. If Topher Grace and Tobey Maguire had a love child,
yeah, I
that
see
would
it.
be me.
Oh my god,
Yes.
we need to face swap you two and see if there's any difference.
So do it. Yes, Neil Patrick Harris, Topher Grace, and Tobey Maguire.
What?
Put them in a blender. And you get me. I'm like the Walmart version of all three of them.
The greeter.
Greeter. Well, what I was saying was at the end of the movie, Swayze staggers into this guy's trophy room, and he's like, "How do you like my trophy room, Dalton? Of course, the only thing missing is your ass." Just wow, imagine that stuffed and mounted on his wall.
I know a lot of people that like that Swayze ass still.
Yeah, it wouldn't be mounted too high up. Probably more like waist level, just for easy access.
Oh God, he's still dead, guys.
Not gonna bring him back.
Well, since we're talking about Roadhouse, we should also talk about. We talked about Showgirls, which is on March 20th. On the third Sunday of April, 3 days before 420, on the 17th, me and Cruz here will be watching Reefer Madness at Peeve's Public House. And
Yeah.
Chris, you just watched Reefer Madness for the first time last night? The other night?
Movie was just ridiculous. It came out, what year did it come out? 1930s?
1936 or 37. It definitely came out the year marijuana was illegalized.
It was just ridiculous. I don't even know what to. What didn't somebody like get shot from smoking weed? They're like, I can't believe you did that. You smoked the reefer, and
It's like they smoke it like they're smoking crack. They're just like, give me some reefers. Play faster. This girl's on the piano because they didn't have, rock and roll back then. He's like, play faster. Faster.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
Hello, my long damn girl.
How much more faster can you go?
Yeah, when they're all smoking weed and just, it's like, schmaggity flappity doo. Somebody gets killed. I tell you, he's dirty. I tell you. All this marijuana here. Oh, and they spell marijuana with an H instead of a J.
Yeah, of course.
Marijuana.
Marijuana, which, if in case the feds are listening right now, is a very illegal substance causing lots of problems, namely watching Adult Swim.
Yeah,
I have an
Overeating
aunt
cereal.
that's named Juana, and I'm starting to think right now if that was just a cover for something else. If that's really not her name.
Is that her
First
middle
name's
name?
Mary?
Yeah. That's
Martha?
her nickname?
I don't even know.
Maria Juana.
Grandma Ganj. Yeah. Oh,
Reefer Madness.
what's some of the worst movies you guys have ever seen?
Oh man, there's way more worse movies I think than it's very hard for me. I'll tell you what, this year has been pretty outstanding, but the past 20 years of my life, it's been hard for me to actually walk out of a theater going like, man, I'll watch that again. Like, oh, that was actually going to change my life. No,
I didn't know that you could walk out of a movie and get your money back. I found that out.
Well, because you're not white.
You can do it.
That's a white thing. Chris.
It blew my mind. Like I took a date out to a movie and I lost the ticket. Like I went to go eat and I lost the ticket, and I went back to the person who was selling tickets. I tried to just play the fool, kind of like when you order like a milkshake and you drop it and you're like, hey, I dropped it, and they're like, well, we'll get you another one. Don't worry. I played that card and it worked. They're like, okay, you lost your ticket, but I remember you. Here's another one, but you can't walk out of this one. And I'm like, you can walk out of them? Is that like, that's when my mind was blown. Like I didn't have to sit through like, what was that? 8 Mile, Super 8. I thought that was the stupidest movie I've ever seen.
I'm not a fan of that movie.
God. They had a Reefer Madness part in that movie where like some dude, like he smoked a joint.
I forgot.
They were trying to wake him up. They're like, no, we can't wake him up. He's too high. He just won't wake up.
Was this a director's cut?
I don't know what cut this was. It was
it was like... He's got like a needle full of marijuana. It's like, wow, these people really don't know much about the drugs there. He's like, I gotta shoot up some cocaine.
That is
Kung Pao. You guys remember that one?
Oh god, yeah. Kung Pao, Enter the Fist.
I walked out. That's the only movie I can remember walking out of going, I had so much expectation.
Which is your fault.
Yeah, exactly.
It was funny the first 10 minutes, but then it just wouldn't, because he used an old kung fu movie and inserted himself and did all the CGI and stuff, but then it just got so fucking dumb. Oh man,
I'm pretty sure Kung Pao Enter the Fist was a gangbang orgy lesbian Asian film that I just forgot to watch when I was 15 years old.
Yeah, Enter the Fist. That's true. That's true.
Hi, Mom.
I know, my mom's listening right now. Yeah, like nude nuns with guns, or something like the Sister Fister.
Keep talking because I'm going to Google all this. What you're saying?
There's Elizabeth Berkley again doing something very unsanitary there.
Once again with that huge ass jawbone. Get it, girl.
She is so like when you watch her performance in this film.
That Adam's apple.
That Adam's apple. Do you want to dance? Let me dance with you.
Don't be insensitive.
I know.
It gives an unrealistic view of what strippers actually look like, especially if you live in Fresno.
Oh yeah,
right.
Oh man,
there's no buffet in Showgirls.
There's no butt-fay in Showgirls.
No, I'm serious. You go to City Lights, it's 50-cent taco night on. I'm not even kidding. On Tuesdays, just bring your own salsa.
Really?
It's the communal salsa. It'll get you sick.
I've only been to Gold Diggers, so.
Oh, what? Are you better than me?
Which one is better?
Yeah.
I think Gold Diggers is the classier establishment.
Slightly.
Slightly.
Why? Let's get your take on it.
No.
Well, I had a great time when I went. I went to Gold Diggers last year, and I had a lot of mammary glands in my face.
Or for leisure.
For work. For leisure.
Yeah, fond memories.
Yeah, a lot of lady parts in my face, and I thought it was cool. I thought the strippers were nice, or the dancers. They were really nice. They seemed cool.
The last time I was there, the last reason I was there 3 years ago was I just did a set and this friend of mine, this lady friend, she's like, hey, you want to see my sister? I was like, sure, we're going to her place. Yeah, no, she's stripping over at Gold Diggers. You want to get a lap dance from her? I was like, well, I won't turn it down.
Somebody's get Father of the Year for that one. Yeah, what's your kids doing? Well, I got one stripping at the Gold Diggers, and I got one stripping at the City Lights. Haven't talked to them in 20 years. But.
No, that's pretty much. That's no kidding. That's no bullshit.
If you're really strapped for cash, just head to City Lights and just play pool across the way. And just like your eyesight will get impeccable because you'll be like looking all across City Lights, just going okay, and you're playing a pool on their lumpy pool table.
Yeah, it's like a pool hall where there just happens to be like half naked girls.
Yeah, exactly.
So what you're saying is I can get really good at pool on a shitty table and look at some mid-grade boobies.
Yeah.
I think so.
And Taco Tuesday,
all for $15.
50 cents.
It sucks because like I bring a lot of comics in here on some of these shows, and they always want to like, dude, where's the strip club? And I'm like, well, hold on. I brought Rob Van Dam out last November, and he was like, I have to go to a strip club, and I'm like, well, I mean,
it's my hero.
Let's go to Gold Diggers then. Let's see what's up with there. And we get there, they're already closed, and Rob Van Dam gets us all in because the security guards know who he is. Oh. And when we get in there, I'll never forget the look on all these young Mexican men's faces, these thugged out Mexican men with like tattoos and flannels up to their like necks, just hunching over like the dance floor, just looking. Is that Rob Van Dam? Everyone's coming up to take a picture with him, but you can't take cameras in to the strip club. So like everybody's just one by one coming up and just getting turned down by Destiny.
The glitter Destiny.
The stripper Destiny. She was the bodyguard of Rob Van Dam.
What's interesting though is in California, they can't serve alcohol and be bottomless. They have to have bottoms on. And yet,
I want to know why that rule is created.
It's
amateurs.
There's a lot of things here in California that
baby.
You wonder why we have these in place. Because when I was in Hawaii, they can be fully nude and serve alcohol, and these girls were like
have penises.
Yeah.
No, they were like hot surfer chicks. A lot of them. It was they were very statuesque.
Abs. Nice.
Some of them had like six packs and stuff, but it was dangerous because they got right up in this one guy's face, the vagina area. That's a technical term, right? The vagina area. And he had a few drinks, and then he just pretended to go like this, like the Jim Carrey thing. And
the teeth down.
She didn't bite him back with that, but the bouncer came up and was like, "Hey man, you're too close."
That's the nicest bouncer in the world.
My memory's a little hazy,
man.
or he could have said like, "Get the fuck out of here."
I would have got choked out like Conor McGregor.
Right, someone would have gotten their ass beaten around these parts for the little teeth snap on some sort of vag situation.
Just the nicest bouncer. He's like, "Hey, could you please, well, like Dalton, like Patrick Swayze in that movie. He's like, be nice until it's time to not be nice." And then he rips a dude's throat out with his bare hands.
Whoa.
It's epic.
Wow.
Chris, you have not seen this movie.
I have not seen that movie, but he rips a dude's throat.
Yeah,
he literally rips him out, and then the guy's going to fall anyway because he just had his trachea removed, but then he roundhouse kicks him into the Kings River. They filmed this at the Kings River part of it. And then he screams at the villain who conveniently lives across from the river from him. He's like, "Fuck you!" and like throws the guy's dead body into the river. All he needed to do is just get on that body and just use it as a canoe and just paddle over the other side and kick the villain's ass. Would have been so much better.
Just another day in the life of a bouncer.
I know, because he's world famous as a bouncer.
Of course. Just ripping throats. I want that guy in my bar. Hey, everybody come back. If you kind of fuck up, I'm going to rip your throat out. No big deal.
I remember when that happened in Under Siege, when Steven Seagal did that, the first Under Siege.
Oh, yes.
That was
Tommy Lee Jones?
Yeah, did he do that to him?
No, he shoved a knife into Tommy Lee Jones' skull. It's like a fake puppet.
This was a henchman that got his throat ripped out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it was very, very vivid.
You know what was vivid in that film was Gary Busey in drag. That was very
wow.
Remember that?
Which isn't really that far from reality.
Yeah, Gary Busey was not acting.
Up, Dowdy. Can you look up Gary Busey in drag from Under Siege? That is something I have to see.
Oh, it's great. The punchline to it is awesome too.
There's got to be a YouTube video for throat rips.
Top 10 best throat rips compilation.
Well, it's going to be MacGruber, though, because that was his thing. MacGruber was the ultimate king of throat rips.
That was all taken from Roadhouse.
Well, of course, yeah.
They said they watched Roadhouse so many times before making MacGruber.
I'm going for the turkey.
The turkey.
Yeah.
I like it how he begs the guy, Ryan. He's like, "Look, if you go on this mission, I'll suck your dick so hard. I'll fuck you. I'll fuck the chair. Just tell me what to fuck." He has sex with his dead wife's ghost. Chris, you've not seen MacGruber?
I could have.
Oh man, we got to watch that after
Might
this.
have been too high.
You're max faded.
Max faded. Might have been too drunk.
After the podcast, we all got to watch MacGruber.
I'm actually totally down.
I say that I was too high and then the police sirens ring. What's going on here?
I like how you say police.
Police.
I'm
They're
getting
after you.
beaten from the police.
Jeez. What do they serve at a non-alcoholic strip club? Chocolate milk? What do they do?
Duels, but they
I
put
don't know, I
like a
haven't been
Bud
in
Light
one.
label over it.
I know, right?
Would you like some lemonade, sir?
That's gross.
We have yoo-hoos.
They serve
Happy
wine
hour.
like the Cycles lady, the gladiator lady, but she has to have her nipples covered. Kind of like Instagram, how you can see them fully nude from the front, but as long as those nipples are blurred out, all is right with the world.
Last time I was at a strip club was about 4 years ago, and I'm not kidding you. The stripper came up to me, and she goes, "Hi, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know. I'm just trying to look at some tits. What are you doing?" She's like, "Well, I'm just trying to make my way through school." I'm like, "Oh, yeah? What are you trying to be?" She's like, "A science teacher." I go, "Get the fuck out of here." She's like, "Okay, you caught me. I'm trying to be a math teacher." I go, "Oh my God. This is insane how quick you lie, how bad you lie, too."
You're listening to Titty Talk on Longbox.FM.
They'll agree with anything. Like I was like, so what are you into? I like video games. I like video games too. I like to play Call of Duty.
That was in when I was in the Navy. I used to be in the Navy, and I was in Singapore. Not Singapore, but I was in some certain Asian countries.
STDs.
No, I was very safe, sir. Hi, Mom. And no, you'd be trying to drink beer, and they would have in Thailand, they would have open bars and dudes like doing kickboxing right in the middle of it. But then these ladies would come up who couldn't speak English. They'd be like, "How old are you?" I was like, I'm at the time, I was 25. Me too. And then they'd ask me my name, and I'd say, "What's your name?" "My name's Johnny Utah," which is the name of the Keanu Reeves character in Point Break, the original Point Break, except no substitutes. So they're like, "Johnny Utah." Yeah, Johnny Utah. So I was John. So in Asia, I'm Johnny Utah.
Nice. What was Bodhi's last name in that movie? I never got that.
He was never given a last name.
Just Bodhi.
It was short for Bodhavashu or some Indian name.
And you guys are going way too hard into this.
Yeah.
Point Break, I couldn't. I'm not on your level.
Point Break, you never saw that?
Oh, I've seen it. I couldn't tell you. Like
Back off, War Child. Seriously.
henchman number 3 on credits.
That's one where Anthony Kiedis is one of these methed out surfer
Right.
dudes.
Yeah.
He gets fucked up.
Whoa,
Anthony
there we
Kiedis.
go.
Anthony Kiedis, I have to pull it up.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Hey.
Point that to the camera.
That's a little nice tattoo you got there.
Anytime the Red Hot Chili Peppers are mentioned, I must.
Blood, sex, sugar, magic.
I didn't get this motherfucker for nothing.
There you go. How long ago did you get that?
Like 2.5 years ago.
Nice.
And you got it 2.5 years ago so that you could show it on a podcast.
Yes.
Someday.
Yes.
Strictly for that purpose.
Quick question though.
You can die now.
Do you wear a sock around your genitalia as they do?
Not in public, but I do that constantly.
Like right now, like your underwear would be like an Adidas.
Yeah, there's one of those ankle socks over it. I guess
Ankles, ballerina.
Yeah, I'm not as well endowed as Flea.
You know what? It doesn't matter. You seem like you have a very good jawline, just like the stripper we were looking at earlier. Do some work with that.
My dick's at least as big as hers.
Oh, man.
Oh, wait. For radio friendly. Sorry.
Yeah, say cock. Don't say dick.
Okay.
Sorry, I mean the wang area.
Pee-pee?
Pee-pee.
There you go.
I was changing my son's diaper the other day. Yeah.
Continue.
Well, like a good dad should. Like if I didn't, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have any custody. But my thing is this, that I was changing my son's diaper the other day, and I noticed something extremely odd. I noticed it for a minute, but now it's kind of getting more apparent. The older he gets, he's 15 months, and I was changing his diaper, and you got a son. A lot of people like little pee-pee. Little boy, you got a little boy, he's got a little pee-pee. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no, my son's got a cock, and I don't know where he got it from because he wasn't born by a power plant, and now I'm pretty sure I'm not the father. So I'm trying to figure this out.
The correct term is wang.
Sorry, wang.
Yeah, wang.
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 My son's got a wang and a chung. It's crazy.
A wang and a chung.
You're listening to Wing Talk on Longbox.FM. So I just want to say that we are enjoying the hell out of this Riley's beer right now.
I am.
Riley's, hello.
Oh, we can get these anywhere? We can get these like at Save Mart and stuff?
Chris, did you know you can get them at Bevmo? You can get them at Save Mart? You can get them at a liquor store? You can get them at a party. You can get them at a bar. I know for a fact you can get them at Mother Mary's. Do them over there too.
That's true.
Get them anywhere, man. They are everywhere. There's no excuse for you not to be drinking O'Reilly's.
Oh yeah.
No excuse.
If you don't drink Riley's, you got something wrong with your head.
There's
Seriously.
something wrong with you if you don't drink this amazing beer.
You're a real
Yahtzee.
There we
piece
go.
of shit.
You don't
if you're
drink
not
Yeah, you're a
drinking-
piece of
You
shit.
have a little dick or a giant pussy.
You're not drinking Riley's.
I'm
we go.
drinking Riley's.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Thank you. We'll be back right after this.
After this commercial break.
You are listening to the Open Mic Podcast on Longbox.FM.
A local podcast, the Dirty Dowdy Podcast. Caught on tape, the Dirty Dowdy Podcast, in their own words.
Let Asa soak it in. Hang on.
Yeah, that's the picture of
It's
Kenneth.
distracting for a second. That's Kenneth's yearbook photo.
He likes guns, but he's obviously working with a pistol.
A little Derringer.
There's no nuts up there.
Thank you very much, but you guys will invite us, and if we come to California, can you take us and show us around?
All three of you invited.
I think he's buying 3 airline tickets right now.
So I'm going to put up my grievance, which is with you not having cancer and calling yourself a cancer survivor for the past 6 weeks.
A show that promotes alcohol abuse and body shaming. Entertainment that makes fun of cancer survivors. A broadcast that willfully involves itself with the shady underworld of Colombian prostitutes. The Dirty Dowdy Podcast is wrong. California needs a better class of podcast. Vote no on the Dirty Dowdy Podcast. Paid for by some guys that spent a lot of time and money on an ad ruined because some mother had to make a video.
This segment of the show is brought to you by AudioWorks Sound, Stage and Lighting. Check them out for your next event. Go to their website, audioworksfresno.com, and give them a call for your event needs.
The Falcon Punch Podcast. My name's Evan Monroe.
Karmen, Geffkin, how's it going?
Cruz.
Bruce.
Spruce.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Whatever you want to say.
It's like as the segment goes on, it's like lower and lower and lower.
Here, baby. I'm gonna make love to you. Wait.
You should,
I'm gonna make love to you, woman.
you should see this man's beard, though. For how low he's speaking, it's actually not doing justice for actually his male character. Give us a little bit of a hoo-ah! Hoo-ah!
Are you trying to say I remind you of Ed McMahon?
No.
Like Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
Scent of a
My
woman.
bad. What am I thinking?
Hoo-ah!
I'm thinking Hey Now.
Hoo-ah!
There it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love that scene in Heat where this guy, he's like, why would that woman do this to me? And Al Pacino's like, because she got a great ass. You got your head all the way up it. He did not tell the actor that he was going to say it in that manner. So his reaction's real, just like...
Yeah.
It's a guy, and it's the guy who does the voice of on The Simpsons, like Apu.
Hank Azaria.
Hank Azaria, yeah.
yeah.
If you have not seen Heat, watch it, love it. I showed Chris that a few years back, and that like blew him away.
I still
Legendary.
don't believe that happened, but
It was real, brother.
Val Kilmer.
It was real. Val Kilmer with a shitty wig. It was real. He played a degenerate gambler. So, well, since we're talking about degenerates, why don't we talk about Hollywood? Talk about the gossip.
didn't you want to show an Ultimate Warrior clip? Isn't that something you wanted to do?
Oh, I sure did.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me, Chris.
Oh yeah. The world needs to know.
The world needs to know, especially some of you young whippersnappers, about how professional wrestling used to be back in the day. And we stumbled upon... Now, I just started to see wrestling in the early 90s when I was a little kid, and then I stopped when I found out it was fake.
What?
Yes.
No.
Spoiler.
I
It's
should
real
have just.
to me.
I know. I should have just kept going with it because
Nobody walks like this.
Bullshit. But it's there's just something about, I grew up with like Macho Man, Randy Savage, and all those guys, and they just had they had something to them. They're very theatrical, and nobody was more theatrical than the Ultimate Warrior. This guy it's a combination of ego meets roid rage meets cocaine, and he would just go on these rants like he was getting secret transmissions from aliens, and he was just relaying it to us, the people. Like, it's roll that beautiful bean footage.
Like his commitment, his level of commitment is Oscar worthy.
Oh man, just like the late great Macho Man Randy Savage, he could make a beef jerky commercial just way more entertaining.
I got something for this though, Daddy. If you got a chance, look up that Macho Man interview with Mean Gene Okerlund.
Oh hell yeah!
And Mean Gene literally looked at him like, "What the fuck did you just say?"
He's coked out of his mind, too.
Yeah, just massive.
Dude, imagine these guys' wives. What must it be like to get
wives?
Just get fucked by the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh no!
With his face paint on.
So like, I am here to take control of this bedroom. You have no control.
As I pound your vagina with the hammer of Thor, you will kneel before. Our children will feel this through the decades.
Steroid
I think that's number 2 right there, Daddy.
I just feel the power of the Ultimate Warrior coursing through my veins when I summon him.
Oh man!
I don't know if he's dead yet, but his spirit.
He's dead.
very
He's
dead.
been dead for a few years now.
Did steroids, man. They're all dying.
I'm pretty sure he was dead during that interview.
Oh, man.
That was just his ghost.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he died when Rick James died. Around the same time. They lived about the same lifestyle.
They have like the celebrity deaths where it's always in 3. So it was Rick James, the Ultimate Warrior, and then somebody else,
Punky
maybe?
Brewster.
Punky Brewster.
Did you guys ever hear about when Rowdy Roddy Piper and these other guys had this epic bender in downtown Fresno, like 1986?
Yes.
Jerry Dyer was like a young deputy at the time, and he was there.
Jerry Dyer, our police chief.
Yes. Back when he was a beat cop, he almost got beat by a professional wrestler, drunk out of his mind. But anyway, here's the interview here.
Actually, I'm sorry, I have to cut in on this one. I just got a message. Why is the stream blocked? And congratulations, guys! We got our very first live shutdown of the podcast.
We just broke the internet.
Yay.
We broke the internet.
As you can see right there at the top.
Stream video.
Content issues detected. We've detected a copyrighted audio and video on your stream. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. Keep going though. We're recording it for future purposes.
But can they hear us?
Yes, the audio is still good.
Wow.
Well,
hi. Sorry about
if we could
that.
continue with the Macho Man talk, I just always remember it because I didn't really get to see like all that, but my uncle did, and he would just constantly be berating me with these Macho Man impressions. But he would like always sexualize it.
Yeah, nephew, I'm gonna choke you without using my hands. Think about it.
I loved his part in the first Spider-Man. He's just like,
"Hey, freak show! I got you in the ring for 5 minutes. 5 minutes of playtime."
Oh God, my throat hurts just doing that.
Ready? Bonesaw is ready.
Yeah.
For Halloween last year, me and my boyfriend, he was Macho Man Randy Savage and I was Miss Elizabeth, and we went bar hopping in Tower. You would be surprised how many people Macho Man Randy Savage has touched on a personal level.
He's like Jesus.
Yes, like they're just like, yeah, Macho Man, woo! Just like we're walking down the street in Tower, everyone's like, yeah, like it was so funny. But
know something there, Karmen? You coming into my house and you want to get elbow dropped with my penis in downtown Tower District? Slim Jim's gonna get involved. Listen to me, Macho Man. Come with me. Rip the talons out of my flesh.
These guys were insane. Like, what do you got now with wrestling? Like, seriously, what do you have now? It's like there is no shit talking like there was back then. Yeah. Well, there's also not the cocaine, which might be a little bit of an issue.
It might be a little bit of a helper.
What I also like,
getting it to that level.
Well,
you can't do that sober.
It kills it when like The Rock is on a tangent, like The Rock is coming in, and The Rock, and then like the next day is like, well, Regis, let me tell you about my garden. You wouldn't believe these.
These movie sets are crazy.
Oh yeah, I mean sometimes they don't give me my gluten-free burgers like I asked for them. It's just insane.
Only Chris Cruz watches wrestling and Regis in the morning.
Oh really?
Both.
Oh wow, that is epic.
Both.
So yeah, it seems like
that picture though.
I mean,
that was Halloween last year.
She showed us a picture of her as Miss Elizabeth pulling it off.
I teased my hair. I was so excited.
You look more like Miss Elizabeth than Miss Elizabeth.
Oh man, no. Miss Elizabeth, rest in peace.
Yeah. She died before Randy Savage.
Rest in peace.
You know, the thing about those wrestlers back then, though, is that
Slim Jims.
Even though it was choreographed like they are now, it seemed like they just didn't have the scripts, because nowadays they literally hire like soap opera writers and people to write these storylines and write out the dialogue. But back then they would just be on some cocaine bender, roid rage, and they would just say whatever the fuck came off their minds.
Well, do you guys watch NXT at all? Like all the new stuff? The promos that they do, it's just not the same. It just feels so forced. The acting, it needs some help. It needs some work.
Yeah, back in the day, there used to be something called a shoot that would happen all the time, and that's when it gets real. That's when it's not scripted anymore. And there's like a couple compilations on YouTube, like top shoots, where like people actually, they just said, no, I'm beating your ass in real life now.
Shit just got real.
Yeah, there was a match with William Regal versus Goldberg, and he just like Goldberg was on his like 300 win streak or whatever.
WCW.
Yeah, and William Regal just would not go down to him. He was just like literally just beating Goldberg.
The blue blood.
He ended up losing, but
yeah, it's Goldberg.
That's funny when they ow, come on, man, you heard me for real, bro. Oh, now it's on. And they just start.
It's pretty shitty when they go to like, Panera at the end of a wrestling Raw shoot. It's like, that was a great match, guy. We got to carb up here today. Bread and soup.
The gladiators in ancient Rome did that, because I saw this thing about, I'm about to drop some history because that makes for great comedy. But no, there was a thing about how in the gladiatory times, they didn't want these guys dying all the time, because they invest a lot of money in training these guys and making them the rock stars that they were. They literally had endorsement deals where they would have what we would call a billboard. It'd be on the side of a building. It'd be like, Maximus likes this type of olive oil. And they were going to have it in that movie Gladiator, but then they didn't, because people seeing Gladiator be like, oh, come on, man.
Right.
No, you're really... No, but it was real.
Damn.
And they would... They even back then, they knew that if they carved up, if they got sliced or stabbed, there'd be some blood, but it would be all for show. It wouldn't really puncture their tissue. So they all bulked up by eating this barley that had been soaking in water. It was just nasty. That's what I read about it.
Wow. So. I want it.
You want
I need to bulk up.
They called them Latin
some
for
gains, bro.
Just imagine today if UFC could just do their events to the death. Like McGregor gets choked out and he dies.
Oh no!
All the Irish fans are like, no.
He'd be like a martyr in their country.
They already reacted like if he died, but like
St.
imagine
McGregor
if he
Day.
really
St.
died.
McGregor Day. Yeah.
Listen to me, Conor McGregor. Come with me into the temple.
Yeah.
Warrior, you got a little bit of blood coming out your nose there. It's probably from the coke.
That is the power of the cocaine coursing through my veins.
The 80s were just a better decade overall. I mean, other than the music.
Thank you. I was going to say something.
And the movies.
Oh, I beg to differ.
Pro football, like just cocaine and steroids and just
everything was bigger.
Yes. I wasn't there. I didn't get to experience the 80s.
You weren't even.
I was 2 years too late.
You weren't even a zygote in the 80s.
No, I wasn't even. My parents were just like, you know what? Let's just wait till the 90s and not let her experience the 80s at all.
Good.
Thank the fuck Christ.
Good. What a waste.
I lived my first 8 years in the 80s, and it was just. I just have these hazy memories of Gloria Estefan and Phil Collins music and McDonald's Muppet Babies toys. That's it. That's literally all I can remember.
Well, I guess I didn't miss much. I don't feel so bad about being in the 90s
A
now.
flock of seagulls. But I came of age in the 90s, and God, that decade was rough.
Really? Because you're still wearing a flannel shirt, so I don't really understand.
This is from the 70s, bro.
No.
70s.
Negative.
Negative?
That screams Nirvana, and you just got your face shot off by a shotgun.
I'll tell you what, the flannel is soaking into my bloodstream.
Yeah.
It is giving me the power.
You've also bulked up really hard right now. I don't get it.
I'm just swelling up to impress the oh, well, they're not seeing us on the video anymore, so.
Yeah, we got
ladies, if you can see me right now, I am naked. It's really hot in the studio. It's
very hot.
It's super duper hot. Super sweaty.
Smells.
I think it's kind of shitty that someone can control literally what you're trying to do. You know, a little freedom of speech here, a little video here. We're just trying to show the world a little macho man, a little ultimate warrior.
It's Lars Ulrich. I'm trying. I gotta give him $28 and we can get back online.
No.
It's Lars, and the hair plugs have went to his brain. Apparently,
you don't give him a dime.
Don't even give him a Bitcoin. Don't even waste your time.
Oh, Bitcoin. Is that still a thing?
That's still. I have a friend who
a thing
who's into Bitcoin.
I spent my whole entire life savings on it.
Your whole life savings?
I'm banking on it.
Yes.
I heard the exchange rate is pretty shitty for the Bitcoin.
Well, I'm also moving to Chechnya in 3 months. So.
I mean, the purpose of Bitcoin is to buy, illegal stuff on the internet, so you don't have to put I'm going to buy this, assassin with my Visa card from Chase Bank.
Oh, do you get, points for buying an assassin on the deep web if you use your credit card? Like, how many points is that?
NSA points.
How many airline miles do you get buying an assassin on the deep web with my Amex?
That's how you can buy Edward Snowden a cheeseburger wherever he's hiding.
That's a good point, though. Do you have to tip an assassin if you...
Yeah, like a hairdresser, like your waiter.
Yeah, $10.
$10.
No big deal. You did good work.
Oh, man. We were talking... I think it was the other week, we were joking around about a weed ninja, and I'm pretty sure somebody's thought of this. Any joke or funny thing you come up with, if you Google it, you're going to find out it's been done. It's parallel thinking. But I just thought it would be funny if, you're just talking with a friend, and all of a sudden a ninja just jumps out of the bushes, puts a joint in your mouth, just lights it, and then just jumps back in the bushes. Be seen just... all of a sudden, weed ninja. Just weed ninja.
Snoop Dogg is who you're thinking of.
Yeah. A friend in need's a friend indeed.
Yeah.
It's like the thing if you say, Bloody Mary 3 times in a mirror in the bathroom, she shows up. But if you say, weed ninja, weed ninja, weed ninja, it'll just, show up.
Weedlejuice.
Weedlejuice, yes.
Well, I thought Bloody Mary would actually hand me a Bloody Mary. Or at least a shrimp michelada. Michelada? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Michelada.
Buenos nachos. I'm just a regular person in California. I know Spanish. Buenos nachos.
As white people, have you guys ever heard of La Llorona?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't want to.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm the only white
spooky
guy that likes menudo.
Educate us, man.
She is a lady in Mexico who her kids were killed.
No, she
killed her kids. Yeah, she killed her kids in the river, and then she wears a white dress and walks around and cries oh my kids. Oh.
Okay, see the way that it's done in the Mexican culture,
way scarier.
Is they really really hype it up that this lady had these kids and she couldn't handle them because they were crying all the time. She couldn't take the noise.
Oh, man.
So to silence the noise, she drowned them all in the river, and she was so remorseful for drowning her kids that she would walk in the streets crying for her kids, and she would go find other kids to steal so that they could replace her kids, and then you'd have one of your Mexican cousins.
Yes.
Waiting at the window.
Yes.
And she walks. Some say she still walks the streets today. And then like someone will flash out. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, you guys are fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris, I gotta thank you for introducing me to corn with mayonnaise, though.
Oh,
that is, oh my god, it's like heroin for me. I was at my family's house, and my family's as white as it can be. I know it's shocking to see me, but it's up in the north side of Clovis, and they're serving corn, and I'm like, do you have a little mayo and hot sauce?
Wait, you don't have the corn man up in North Clovis area?
No.
He doesn't come up there?
He doesn't roll around.
Champlain and Perrin corn man.
We don't even get the ice cream guy.
No.
The Indian ice cream guy. We don't even get him.
I shit you not. I had a hamburger brought to me the other day, and I was like, no mayo. And then they were like, is there anything else I can get you? I was like, but if you have corn, I'll go ahead and slice a little mayo on top of that. This is like kryptonite. Go ahead. I know you. This is one of my favorite jokes about you, Chris Cruz, is that you had a joke involving your heritage, Mexican.
What?
Well, it's just the different races have different kryptonites that make them weak, you know. And I did the scientific research myself to find out what that is for each race. Like a black man has a kryptonite that's a skinny white woman with a fat ass. That's what gets his knees weak. A white man has a kryptonite, and that's an Asian woman with huge breasts. An Asian woman with huge breasts makes a white man go. Now a Mexican guy's kryptonite is corn with mayonnaise. Corn with mayonnaise and cheese. A little bit of hot sauce on it. That's
you know what goes great with corn and mayonnaise? Riley's Brewing.
Riley's. Yes.
The official sponsor of the Falcon Punch Podcast, Riley's Brewing.
That's right. You'll drink Riley's and Falcon Punch someone in the back of the head. We are back.
The views expressed by this Falcon Punch Podcast do not represent the views of Riley's Brewing. Enjoy responsibly. Please do not drink and drive. That's serious. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Are we back? Are we back live? Is that... No? Okay. I don't know what everybody...
Well, everybody can hear you, but we got no video going for now. No. You can always download the video or watch the video later on YouTube after I have a conversation with him.
Boom.
Now, Dowdy, is it improper for us to maybe, if there's somebody out there that wants to look on YouTube and we can kind of direct them for a second there?
Oh, I'm watching. If they go to Longbox.FM, they can at least hear the audio from the player there on the side of the page.
Roger that.
You heard it. You heard the man.
I think we're supposed to talk about celebrity and geek news, but we just got
get it.
We got sidetracked.
Get it. Let's go.
Let's talk about are you all psyched for Batman versus Superman?
No,
I don't really.
The more trailers I
thank you.
You know, it's so sad because
I'm silent because I'm kind of shocked that the nose that just came out of here.
I don't
care. I'm pretty sure my balls
I'm
were clapping.
sorry. I literally
when I saw that trailer.
I don't.
Here's the thing. I've always been more of a DC guy than Marvel ever since I was a little kid. But
poser.
There's just way too much. No, trust me. Whenever all the kids were into Wolverine and X-Men, I was still reading Green Lantern. It's like, no, you guys got to check out Green Lantern. This is back in like 93.
Flannel.
They're like, shut up. I had not discovered flannel. I was wearing Gecko. Remember those Gecko t-shirts?
Oh, I remember those.
Gecko Island.
Dude, there's a lot. It seems like the more footage from Batman versus Superman, there's way too much shit in this movie. Like, I thought it'd be Batman versus Superman. They're like, oh yeah, and then we got Wonder Woman. Okay. And then we got Aquaman. Okay, all right. That's a little crap. And then we got Lex Luthor. It's like, Jesus Christ, how many...
Well, see, it's Dawn of Justice, so this is the precursor to the Justice League.
They're trying to they're trying to catch up to Marvel.
It's in the title.
I know. It is. If it's in the title,
they're trying to catch up in two movies what Marvel's been slowly doing since Iron Man back in 2008.
Yeah, they're starting to speed up the process. Good. I don't have a lot of time on this earth. I smoke cigarettes. I drink a lot of beer. I might die tomorrow. Bring me the more characters. Let's go.
Diving right in.
I want it. Head first into that.
The one thing I do not like about the new movie is Zuckerberg. Lex Luthor. I don't like that.
I think it's because you might be a little bit of
Well, it's different.
I might be. I am Gentile.
Gentile.
Zuckerberg. Yeah, I thought that was a poor choice for what's his face with Lex Luthor is the Facebook guy. I don't know. Nothing about it has popped out to me yet. You know, I feel like I see the trailers and it's...
But they're still going to get your money.
They're not going to get my money.
You're going to go see the movie.
He's going to,
and they're going to get your money. Question: are you going to go see the movie, Evan? You're going to lie to me right now? You're going to look at me?
You know, to be honest with you, I haven't even seen Deadpool yet.
I haven't seen it either. Yes.
You guys want to go? Because I haven't seen it either. And here we are just talking so much shit. And the greatest anti-hero movie to ever come out. Rated R. Huh?
Well, see, here's the thing about Deadpool and why it's so successful.
How about you not spoiler me if you're going to
I won't spoil it.
Don't spoil it.
I won't spoil it, but it is the highest grossing superhero movie, R-rated, out of them all. And
more than Watchmen?
It's yes, and it's because it is so true to the actual comic. And what you're watching on the screen is very similar to what you see on the comic book. Because with other Marvel movies, they try and kid it up, and they try and make it like, oh yeah, we don't care what the fans like. We need to make sure what the 14-year-old demographic likes.
That's true. It's as if that movie was written by a 14-year-old. Hopped up on Mountain Dew. Made a movie.
Well, the thing is, actually had a lot of credibility because Ryan Reynolds was a Deadpool fan for his whole entire life. So now he got the spot to do it. He wanted creative control. He got it.
He leaked it, yeah.
Just like he was a Green Lantern fan.
Oh, man.
Dude, man.
Why are we letting this happen? Captain America is Human Torch, and Green Lantern is Deadpool.
But here's the deal. There wasn't the idea of Deadpool coming out when Green Lantern was going down.
Yes, there was.
Go J onto a sock because you don't know what you're talking about right now.
You know what? Maybe Deadpool drinks Riley's Brewing Company.
I'm pretty sure he does.
It's pretty sure he does. So we're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back to talk about whatever crosses our mind.
We'll be back shortly.
On the Falcon Punch Podcast on Longbox.FM.
You are listening to the Open Mic Podcast on Longbox.FM.
And we are back. Yes, everybody. Yes, my children. You are listening to, as part of Longbox FM's Open Mic Podcast, this is the Falcon Punch Podcast, and we are back from our break. We are drinking this delicious Riley's Brewing Company beer.
So good.
I'm drinking the Vixen right now.
So
and
good.
I got to tell you, this is a really good, it's getting warmer now, but this is the perfect winter beer.
Mm-hmm.
This is Vixen Dark Wheat Ale, which is what, Chris, are you still drinking that?
Yeah, it's very smooth, and it's got a nice little kick to it, man. I like this. I like this a lot.
We should read the paragraph for this.
By all means.
Who's a fast reader?
Our smooth take on the Duncan Weizen Vixen is a delicious dark wheat ale. Red wheat and chocolate malts provide a toasty, smooth mocha aroma with a medium body.
How
Goldling
medium?
Hops lend a light and balanced.
It's true. No, like, no bullshit. This would be great for beer floats. Because Vixen's is kind of stouty, so if you pour it in like a chilled Stein and then throw in some vanilla bean ice cream. All right. Sorry, I'm in my refractory period right now. What was I saying? So I thought we would take this this final segment. We would comment on what's going on in the Twitter sphere.
In the Twitter sphere, the number one trending topic is the Galaxy S7. It is a promoted trending topic, so I'm sure the Samsung paid for this to be up there. I'm very sure of that. So if we want to go to the actual real first trending topic, it's hashtag GOP debate.
Shocker.
No.
Oh, man.
You're fired. You're fired.
Donald Trump.
You're fired.
I was doing
He's a loser.
A show last Friday, and I just had this like strike of lightning come to me. And I was just like, I'm going to answer a question in the way that Donald Trump would answer a question. I asked somebody to ask me a question. So I'm just going to, any of you guys here, ask me a question. I'm going to try and answer it in Donald Trump's way he answers it.
Mr. Trump, is it true that you had some mob connections back in the 80s when you were rebuilding New York?
You know, people tell me all the time, do you have mob connections? And I got to say, this is a real problem. Mob connections, do I have them? But let me tell you right now, do I have mob connections? You know, let me tell you something. That guy's hat right there. That guy's hat. Look at that beautiful hat. That is an amazing hat right there. That is an American-made hat. No, sure. I'm going to make this country great again. I'm rich.
I like how when they ask him about the Aryan Brotherhood and like the David Duke, you know, how they endorse him. I don't know who he is. I don't know. I have no idea who that person is. And yet there's like audio of him from like 10 years ago going, yeah, David Duke's a terrible person, racist, you know, blah, blah, blah. He just plays dumb. Like, I don't know. Mr. Trump, is it true that you forgot about Dre? He's like, I don't know who Dre is. I have no idea who this Dre is.
I want you to hit me right now. This Dre character, not a fan of him. But if I ever met him, I'd probably shake his hand. But I tell you what, if he's Mexican, I'm going to build a wall.
The Chronic. He made an album called The Chronic. I'll tell you what, with my wall, that Chronic would not be able to pass through. You have to grow it American-made Chronic. That's my impression.
I don't deal with any Mexican drug dealers, okay? My thing is, it's white only, okay? I do cocaine from the finest cocaine growers in the whole entire world, and I don't even know if you can grow cocaine, but if you do, obviously right now, you can tell right now, about cocaine, okay.
Our cocaine will make America great again. What else, Chris?
Nowadays, everybody wants to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Bunch of gibberish, so I forgot about Dre. Make America great again. The next is dangerous women.
Ooh,
dangerous women.
A couple of the examples,
like the Sancha and the Vixen.
Yeah.
Oh, Riley.
These are some dangerous women for my sobriety right now.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here on the
like Eileen Wuornos, dangerous.
Eileen Wuornos, who is that? Tell me.
That's the I get it. No, she's our first and only female serial killer. She was this white trash prostitute. Charlize Theron.
Yeah, Monster.
They had to use a lot of makeup to make Charlize look unattractive in that movie. So they should have got an Oscar for those special effects.
What's a dangerous lady?
Well,
what's your definition, Chris, of a dangerous lady?
To me, a dangerous lady is a lady that, you know, calls rape on men without they're actually being raped. I feel like that's a dangerous woman.
Well, fortunately, there's not quite as many of those as you think there are. So
I know,
You've
but
never seen pictures of female bodybuilders. Then
that's a dangerous lady.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to come up with examples, but on the Twitter sphere, like the top list is like #dangerous women. Do you want to make $10,000 from your home? Click this link. Like it's nothing but ads and spam.
Oh, so they're asking.
I love spam.
Well, what I'm sure there's something going on.
Oh
with
God,
the
it's an Ariana Grande thing. That's what it is. I don't know. Maybe it's her new CD title.
Dangerous woman.
I'm not in that demographic.
Never mind.
I mean, I am, but I'm not.
I like Ariana Grande. She can sing.
Yeah, but I think Evan's talking
She's
more
really
like
good.
he Googles.
I have to Google
not
to
the
keep
news,
up
but
with
more
the
like
kids.
the image.
Yeah, Google image search.
I like Lana Del Rey.
Parental controls off.
I do like Lana Del Rey. She is
she's cool. She makes me, whenever I listen to her music, I just like regret everything I've ever done in life.
I got a question for you, Evan.
Yeah.
How many socks do you have that are written in Sharpie that says Ariana Grande? that you can still open.
They have. Well, first of all, they say Katy Perry on them.
You're a kitty cat. You're a Katy Perry.
I am. I do. There's something about that young lady. She's like my age.
That's crazy. I saw her at Warped Tour in like 2008.
Warped Tour?
Warped Tour, yeah. And now she's like huge.
Music.
I know, she was just there. She was a Warped Tour native, and now she's performing at Super Bowl halftime show.
Warped Tour native.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of which, one of my first Warped Tours I ever saw was 1998. They came here, 311. Just have to say, shout it out real quick. Tomorrow's 311 day.
You got a head full of ideas.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe. All right.
You might think he's a gesture, but
I just want to tell Evan right now that Amber is the color of his energy.
Let me tell you something, brother. Amber is the color of my energy.
You know what's crazy? The Ultimate Warrior could have done it, and it would have made sense.
Totally.
Before 311.
Oh my God, the Ultimate Warrior doing 311.
What?
Kind of like when Dowdy has a guy who does Christopher Walken impressions.
No.
Saying
when? Now?
do Forgot About Dre.
Once there was a time, there was a man named Dre. I never forgot about him, but if I did, I probably shouldn't have known him in the first place.
They speak a lot of gibberish.
Man wears a lot of sweaters. He's probably a billionaire by now. Beats.
I like how somebody they dissected a Beats by Dre, and they found that it's just this cheap, shitty headphones.
I thought you were going to say there's two Asians on each side, like, stuck in the center. It's just working.
No, there's a difference, bro. I brought some like $5 headphones at a gas station, and then I had some Beats, and I'm like, nah, there's a difference. I'm sorry.
Well, $5 headphones in a gas station, that's like the bottom.
Yeah.
That's the baseline. Like that's as low as you can go in the headphone
buyer
game.
Beware?
Buyer beware.
Those gas stations have great sushi, though. I just got to put it out there.
Oh, man.
It's nothing like sushi at a 7-Eleven. Gag noise.
How's your diaper? That's all I want to know.
Brown.
Full. Is the answer.
I don't even know how to answer that question.
Yeah.
So we've got another trending topic here on Twitter. I feel like this is one we could all have a lot of fun with. This one's going to be film poops on Twitter.
Film poops?
Yeah, it's just where you take a title of a film and you make it poop-oriented.
Oh, yeah. A friend of mine did that on Facebook.
Is this midnight? Is hashtag midnight or something like that?
Hashtag film
Midnight Run.
Like at midnight?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the title of a film that describes your shit.
Yeah, so like instead of Toy Story, it says Toilet Story. You know, instead of
okay,
you know,
like a shit to remember instead of like a walk to remember.
Yeah, we got it. Okay.
Okay, I'm trying to contribute.
The Empire shits back.
Oh.
I'm trying to think now, but this Riley's Brews got me really going.
Oh no!
Riley's Brews is amazing.
You know.
Yeah. See, we did that. Me and my friends did that with Bro. We put titles in, 12 years of Bro. to live in Bro in LA. And there was The Empire Bros back. Like
Return of the Bro.
Return of the Bro.
Okay.
Speaking of bros, I would I would just like to give a quick shout out to my best bro, Kayla, who's listening right now in San Francisco, California.
Ooh.
Just texted me.
Hey, Kayla.
Said the show is going great. Just want to give a shout out to my best homie.
We've got listeners in San Francisco. Give it up for Kayla, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah,
bitches.
Pretty soon I'm gonna get a Instagram DM from someone in Israel. Like, hey, I'm listening to your show. It's great. It slid into my DM.
You're the only thing that gets me through the day without eating. I'm sorry.
No, they eat plenty in Israel.
They do. I was thinking about Africa. I'm sorry. Yes.
How can you? Oh man.
There's actually a handful of listeners on the East Coast and in Central California or Central United States.
All right.
Oh yeah, North Dakota, stand up. What's up?
Speaking of Israel, I've been
the Swedes.
As a Gentile, I've heard about this matzo ball soup, and apparently it is like the most delicious soup
It's really good.
you could ever have. You've had it?
I've had it. It's really good. I like it.
Where do they serve it here in Fresno?
I didn't have it in Fresno.
A Jewish mother.
See,
I had it in New York.
We have a lot of
of
Judaism in Fresno, but we do not actually have. All we have is like an Uncle Harry's in Fig Garden.
That'll do.
Oh, it'll do.
I'm serious.
Their lox bagel sandwich is to die for.
No one's going to be like, I'm really trying to look for some lox and onions today.
I had a bagels and lox at Irene's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good. In Tower.
See, I briefly dated a girl that was Jewish, and I was like, I want to try gefilte fish, and she's like,
no.
If you try gefilte fish, I will break up with you. we broke up, but it was not. I still haven't tried gefilte fish.
It wasn't because of
matzo ball soup's not that bad.
It's good.
Is it like Italian wedding soup, like in a way? Because I love Italian wedding soup.
What are we doing here?
You're listening to Soup Talk on Longbox.FM.
What the fuck are we doing here, guys? Is Soup Talk really?
Soup Talk. It's come to this.
What were you talking about?
Yeah, how did we get to the? Well,
it was a
Cruz,
Twitter thing.
We were talking about Judaism.
We need another Twitter topic.
The new Twitter topic coming up
Or else
live
we're going to talk about soup.
on Longbox.FM. Make some noise for the new trending Twitter topic.
Nickelodeon's more interesting than fucking soup. All right.
I got to tell you, though, that tomato and roasted red pepper soup is the bomb.
Yeah, really's got my balls clapping over here. Yeah.
Meme history. I don't think we can trust Twitter.
Meme history.
You know what? If you go on Facebook and just go to what's trending, they'll have
let's go
celebrity
Facebook.
gossip. Go Facebook. They'll have Kim Kardashian farted in the hallway.
Show
that
me.
makes the news.
Show me.
Show me that.
All right, I don't know how to navigate Twitter.
Twitter is showing that on their trends, it's hashtag dangerous women, hashtag film poops, Smithsonian, hashtag HTGAWM. Don't know what the fuck that
I
means.
saw that too. I didn't know what that was.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, and then the debate. So you're kind of limited. Poop, the debate, same thing, and meme history, and dangerous women again.
Thank you, Chris. Well, it's amazing that there's not a single West or Kardashian in this now.
Did you, Dad? You say Smithsonian?
Yes.
Dad.
No shit.
Started trending in the last hour.
Why?
What?
Does somebody burn? Does something burn down over there?
Somebody burned the Apollo capsules. It's fake, man. They didn't actually use that Apollo capsule.
It says Latino poets honor civil rights leader Dolores Huerta at Smithsonian.
Well, in that case, okay, duh. Obviously, that's. You guys don't know this?
If the GOP debate is trending, I mean, is anybody in here a Trump supporter?
You're going to listen to me right now. My name is Donald Trump, and I'm not even a Donald Trump supporter, okay? At the end of the day, I'm going to go ahead and vote for myself. No, negative. I just contradict myself again. Boom.
He told that little kid, Kevin, where to go down the hall on Home Alone 2. He was like, excuse me, where's it? He's all down the hall and to the left. You little fuck. That was the director's cut. So.
Yeah.
Home Alone... Those Home Alone movies, there's two movies where in two separate occasions those parents left his ass behind. How hard would CPS be on that family?
Yeah, you can't come out with that movie in this day and age.
Oh no!
Wait a minute.
So they did what?
Wait a minute. White family, large house, probably a lot of food in the refrigerator. You should probably know what he's doing. Not his fault. He's getting bombarded by what? Well, okay. They weren't Mexican,
It's
but
a lot of kids. Though.
It
might as well have been a Mexican family. That was a lot of kids.
That was everyone who was related to each other in that whole family were we're going to France.
It's
what? How did you pay for this?
Because we can relate to that family.
Because we didn't bring one kid. We forgot to buy one ticket.
They were too busy.
Oh no!
Too busy.
Forgot.
Whoops!
Busy having sex. That's why they forgot. They're like. Yeah, anyway.
Bruce, you're always bringing the truth.
Bruce.
Look at that. He's double fisting that shit.
The Riley's here.
Double fisting that Riley's.
Look at that. If you can see it on the camera, there we go. Yeah, one more.
Do about 3 more.
Do it for Jesus.
How about 3 more?
I feel dirty just watching that.
Double fisting Riley's.
It tastes excellent, by the way. They need to make a Vixen India Pale Ale combination.
We're the best. We are the best promoters of Riley's ever because Riley's is just so smooth and refreshing.
5 locals died in a car crash.
Not from Riley's. Not from Riley's.
I know.
It was from
We had pre-choices before we came here. We all have our own lifestyles. It's okay.
I bet that you could probably come up with some sort of alchemic combination of 2 different Riley's beers. Because I know that was one thing that was very popular back in the day, like Blue Moon and Guinness. If you poured them both in the same glass, the Guinness would rise to the top.
Black and blue.
Black and blue, yeah, that was the thing.
Ooh.
And when you drink it, you get a combination of them both. And it was just like a thing that people would order. There was a Charlie Brown, which was Guinness in Newcastle.
The people who drink those drinks, I call them bisexual. It's because they don't know what they want.
Can I get a little bit of Guinness and can I get a little bit of Blue Moon? I'm not quite sure what I want.
I want a little bit of penis, but maybe a little bit of pussy on the side, but I don't know what I want. Just throw them on top of each other.
You know, the thing about Blue Moon is that that was one of the early beers. You know, when you first start drinking beer, you're like, oh, the soda's gone bad. That was me. I do not like Blue Moon. However, they have some hilarious commercials right now with that guy from Silicon Valley where they're just talking shit
That's Shock Top.
Yeah, that's Shock Top. Buddy.
Oh, Shock Top.
Bro,
Okay.
get your semi-craft beer. Was once craft beer, no longer craft beer.
They're both orangey.
By the way, Shock Top, you can find it in your cleaning aisle for turpentine, by the way. If you have any stains in your bathroom, just go ahead and spray that a little bit.
I went to a party one time when I was in college, and this guy was like, bro, I'm really into craft beer. Like, I love Shock Top. It's like my favorite craft beer.
Shit.
And he wasn't joking. He really thought like craft beer was Shock Top, and I was like, yes.
I love craft beer. I love Bud Light Lime.
Yes.
That's what you get for serving. That's what you get serving a 14-year-old beer, though, because
I know, right?
He's got to be.
I remember my first
14-year-old.
Oh man, we need to watch Beer Fest.
What was your
this.
first beer?
I just
you
saw
just
that
told me
this
you remembered
weekend.
it.
Oh, I do remember my first beer.
What
okay,
was it?
no bullshit. I was 5 years old. My parents invited some people over.
Are you sure you're not Mexican? Are you sure? Just a little bit.
He said 5, not 2.
My dad is not Mexican, but he is an alcoholic. So
and a Raider fan, right?
No, my stepdad's a Raiders fan. He's not an alcoholic.
Confusing the dads.
My real dad.
You got to keep the dads straight here.
I don't want to talk about it. No. What happened? All I remember is that my parents and their friends were bullshitting on the porch outside. Someone had a Dixie cup or a Solo cup on there, and I was just like, what's this? Is this? It looks like Sprite. I just started crying, and they tried to wash it out of my mouth. Apparently, I really didn't like beer.
There's a 5-letter word where I come from that describes exactly what you just said right now.
What's that?
I can't say it because I don't know if it's okay for radio. Pussy?
We've said far worse in this entire...
Wait, what?
Don't say the pussy
Have you not
word.
listened?
Yeah. Now I'm trying to be all politically correct.
You can say politically correct. I got to be politically correct about pussy. Oh my god, there's a line in Showgirls, which is hilarious, where the
Showgirls showing this month at Peeve.
March 20th.
March 20th.
8
Me and
p.m.
Evan
Is that
doing
a Sunday?
It's a Sunday.
The third Sunday.
You
Come
get to
on
watch-
down, Peeves.
Watch Elizabeth Berkley dry hump a dude. It's great.
Don't masturbate. Oh my god. Masturbation.
This
Do
movie,
masturbation. That'd be the greatest thing ever, though. Is like the guy who's like just try to really enthuse everybody. Is like Sunday, but he's giving you rules at the same time. Do not masturbate. Do not bring anything that's alcoholic related. Please do not beat your wives. Do not do anything like this. No.
don't put your cigarettes out on your kids' foreheads. Sunday.
Please pay child support. Do not neglect your child. No.
But guess what? Even if you do have to pay child support, our event at Peeves is free.
It is free.
Does not have to
There
cut
it
into
is.
your child support payment.
It's all
March
part of the
20th.
Savage
Buy
Cinema
beer.
Club.
Savage
Buy
Cinema.
Savage Cinema Club. Battlefield Earth is on there, too?
Yes.
Oh my god, that movie's such a turd. We're gonna have to.
I
do
want to
some-
go. I want to be there while you guys are just shitting on that one.
What about Starship Troopers?
Gary Lee.
Starship Troopers is a great movie.
No, Starship Troopers is genuinely good. Gary Lee is going to help me with Battlefield Earth.
I will be there for cocktail.
Oh
Yes.
my god.
Oh yes.
Tom Cruise, like
July 17th, it's going down.
it came out
Oh,
after
yeah.
Top Gun. It's like Tom Cruise is like, I want to do for Flair bartending what Top Gun did for F-18s. Okay, Navy recruitment. I want to, and he literally
we're inverted.
he trades in his F-18 or his F-14 for a bartending gig at TGI Fridays. It's great. It's amazing.
Well, who wouldn't?
Oh, who wouldn't? So I guess we better start wrapping things up here.
Okay.
Yeah, this has been the Falcon Punch Podcast.
I had a good time.
I had a great. This is great. Oh, he's
Bruce is
double dicking it
Double
again.
fisted. Oh no.
Riley's. So I just want to say this has been a pleasure. All you people listening, if you want to hear us do this again, since this is open mic, just follow us, give us support, give us some love on social media, and we'll be doing some more podcasts in the very near future. My name's Evan Monroe. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter as @FresnoFilmBuff. Because I'm known as kind of an obsessive movie geek around here.
He knows his movies.
I know. I'm like
Name
Rain
a movie,
Man.
he can tell you some obscure trivia about it.
Yeah, that's
Evan
right.
Monroe knows the movies. He knows the flicks.
Yeah, make
he
that
knows
a
the
challenge.
talkies.
Yeah, challenge Evan with movie
Oh, we should,
obscurities.
like Beat the Geeks.
Yeah, see,
yeah.
see if you could stump Evan on his movie
What do you
knowledge.
know about Little Monsters?
Little Monsters
Yeah, tell me
with
about that.
Howie Mandel, Fred Savage, came out in 1989. Never heard of it. Beetlejuice ripoff. Yeah. What about you, Karmen? You want to tell them where to find you?
I am on Snapchat. I'm gonna promo that because I am the youngest person in the room, so that is my app of choice.
I have a question though. You said 90s, but how 90s were you born?
92.
9 deuce. I was born
90 deuce.
I was born in 8 deuce.
8 deuce.
I came out the summer that Tron came out.
They call that a decade. Between that.
That's right.
We're 10 years apart. It's great.
It's okay.
So my Snapchat is at Karmeeps, Karmeeps. If you want to check out my snaps, I post 5 seconds of my life occasionally. You can find me at some open mics here in town. You can find me wherever I decide to go in life. You can find me this coming Sunday,
March 20th.
March 20th at
8
Peeves,
p.m.
8 p.m. at Peeves.
We're going to watch Showgirls.
We're going to watch Showgirls, and you're going to watch Showgirls, and we're going to talk about Showgirls. We're going to riff on it. It's going to be fun. You're going to get some beers. You're going to bring your friends.
You will not get an erection because that movie is not sexy.
It's a sexy movie, but it's not like you're going to get a boner.
It'll scare you off of sex, for some people. What about you, Chris?
You can follow me at Chris Cruz Comedy on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Way to stay consistent with your brand.
Yeah, you gotta do something. You gotta do something. It ain't easy out there. I'm gonna be doing a couple of different shows coming up here. I got a show in Madera on the 19th. I'm doing a roast on the 11th. I got a show at the end of the month, and then starting April, every single Friday, you can find me at Frank's Place, where I'm going to be doing comedy shows every Friday at Frank's Place. So definitely follow me on Facebook for more info on that.
Can I just say, Chris Cruz, your show's at Fab, first Tuesday of the month.
Yeah, we'll see.
They're great.
If that continues.
They're awesome.
They're fantabulous.
Come out. It's really fun.
All right.
Yeah. That's it.
And what about Bruce? I got to know where.
Spruce.
I
have a Twitter handle. It's at J, the letter J, SPU.
You're going to be our Brian Redband.
Yeah, I know. Yes, I am.
To our Joe Rogan.
J Spruce G. That's where you find me on Twitter.
Very direct, very forward.
Yes.
Well, my name is Matt Nation, and you can find me on the corner of Belmont and 99 tonight around 12 p.m. I'll be giving out hand jobs for oranges. And,
I do like me some oranges.
I love citrus. With that being said, Matthew Nation at Facebook, if you want to contact me, please don't. I'm a father, and I got things to do. So, with that being said, take it away.
Don't you have something going on at a tap house or something like that you want to plug or something like that? Isn't there something
I got a tap house opening up here in the near future, but that's nor here nor there. But, we do host a lot. I do work at a spot called Kunisama. We do host a lot of Riley's beers over there. But at the same time, our goal is to bring out a lot of craft beer to the people that they can't get, on the undistributed side. So with that
Hallelujah.
Being said, just trying to do the work of God.
Amen.
I've had gout twice. That's how much I love craft beer.
Oh, man. So I guess I'll throw a little love towards the people who are coming up next on the Open Mic Podcast. That is this Sunday, the band P46 will be doing the Open Mic Podcast on Longbox.FM. And once again, we are brought to you by Riley's Brewing.
Riley's.
Woo! We love you guys. Riley's, so I want to ask you out on a date, but I got to make it discreet. Anyway, thank you guys so much for supporting us. We'll see you in the not too distant future. This is the Falcon Punch Podcast, and I am starting to get punchy myself on Longbox.FM. This wouldn't be possible without Chris Dowdy here.
Good man.
Yes. Chris Dowdy.
He's allowed us
Longbox.FM.
He allowed us heathens to take over his studio.
The N Dowdy.
That's right.
I heard he's got a long box.
Now.
from those politicians. All right. We'll see you guys later. Mahalo.
Yeah.
Bye.
A good one.
You've been listening to the Open Mic Podcast on Longbox.FM. The opinions expressed on the Open Mic Podcast aren't necessarily those of staff, management, or sponsors. The Open Mic Podcast is a presentation of Longbox.FM.
put it to light in the beginning, so I was like, okay, just,
is that you?
Yeah, just do something Walken-esque to bring it to that. Yeah, off the cuff.
It's all a bunch of gibberish. Wait, it's all a bunch of gibberish. I forgot about Trey.
Yeah. See, I didn't remember the lyrics. I was trying to just do.
Okay, I gotta pull the forgot about Trey lyrics.
I actually had I was gonna fire one off, but we had that guy who ran 15 opening lyrics to songs from the 90s, rock songs. So we did a game called Rockin' Walkin'.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually got a hold of somebody
I just
down
got
in LA.
like 14 friend requests.
Like, I couldn't get
Oh shit!
I'm not kidding.
And I couldn't find anyone
Seriously?
locally who responded, but some guy named Aaron Correlia down in LA, who apparently has been a bunch of TV shows and all this shit.
Sounds familiar.
He did this talk through, so he would sing the lyrics, or he would say the lyrics as Christopher Walken. You had to guess which song it was.
Oh my gosh.
Was he in? Okay, so there was on the old Superbad DVD. There was an extra where someone at the party.